My name is Eric Chameroy. I'm a PhD student in the Department of Geoscience at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, where my focus is on paleontology.
What is your current level of education?
As I had just said, I'm a PhD student. My master's degree I had also completed at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. That was in biology. So I have a master's in biology, then I moved on to geoscience.
And how long have you been working in paleontology?
I've been in the Department of Geoscience since 2016, so I've been there for a few years.
And what does your typical day look like?
My typical day, I don't have a typical day. So, which is kind of one of the wonderful things about this. I just kind of wake up in the morning and I kind of have an idea of what it is I want to get accomplished. Sometimes I'll come to the museum and work at the museum. Other times I'll stay at home if it's more convenient. Yeah, that's kind of the great thing about working in academia is, yeah, there really isn't a typical day.
Okay, what would
But
you say is the best part of your profession?
one of the reasons why I'm really into science is because I love learning. I love increasing my knowledge. I also like trying to answer problems. And that's kind of what science is based on, is trying to further our understanding of the natural world. So that's kind of what the best part is.
Next question, what is the
Sure.
most challenging part of your profession?
The most challenging part is kind of the same as what the best part is. It's you always have to try to keep up with the current knowledge. You have to read a lot of papers, always learning new techniques, always coming across new problems, and some problems are much harder to try to work out than others. And yes, I do have days where I just get absolutely frustrated, and I kind of have to walk away. But for me, usually, after I kind of have a little cool down period, then I'm kind of right back at it. Because I'm kind of an individual where I hate it when there's something I can't figure out. So that's like the best part of what I do, and the worst part of what I do.
How is your profession important to our community?
The great thing about, well, not just about paleontology, but just any field of science, it's about getting people involved in science, getting people interested in the natural world. And I think that's something that's really important. People don't necessarily need to be proficient in science, but they need to have at least an understanding of their natural world. And like in the case of paleontology, I think most people, their first exposure to paleontology usually comes when they're very young. A lot of young children get fascinated by dinosaurs, and I think that's one way that we can really get young people interested in science. So the important thing is, once they start to show that interest, that we continue to nurture that interest.